Really want you guys to hear this, okay? Catch it again.
With their different worldviews, whether it's New Age or the Oprah Winfrey stuff or whatever, and it draws them in because their current thinking is being represented on your channel as well as the thinking that you're trying to give them.
Woo!
So, but if someone's like, well, I'm going to do all evangelism videos where I'm just preaching the gospel, well, you've got to think, why would a non-believer subscribe to your channel?
That's a great question.
And so you've
Come
now,
on.
it can be done, but it needs to be thoughtful. It
But
needs
it
to be
can
done
be
well.
done.
So
Did y'all catch that? If you want to reach people who are far from God, I don't care if you're a rapper, I don't care if you're an evangelist, I don't care if you're a preacher, I don't care if you want to have a YouTube ministry, I don't care. But if you are saying, I want to be evangelistic in my gifting, I want to reach people from God, you're going to have their thinking represented in your media. You're not just going to come out and say, yo, we're going to preach the gospel, we're going to preach the gospel, we're going to preach the gospel. Now, it could work, but that's the minority. That's the minority, which is why it's always bugged me in Christian hip hop when we've said we want to reach those far from God, but our methodology isn't designed to reflect their thinking. There's nothing there to draw them in. There's nothing there to pull them into our world and to meet common ground. My video, and I'll link it up, and that's going to be the action step for this stream. After the stream, I want you guys to watch my interview with Rufat, ex-Christian rapper turned atheist comedian. He's talking about good conflict. Ex-Christian rapper turned atheist comedian. This is, I know my audience here knows me from being a CHH artist in that community. A lot of you guys see me there, right? So what do? Ex-Christian rapper. Okay, that's interesting. You guys know what Christian rap is. You guys know that. Turned atheist comedian. An atheist, someone that likes that is going to want to click on that. And if you look at the comments section, there's the most amount of a wide spectrum of people, right? A wide spectrum of people. And so if you want to reach people far from God, it's not going to come being overtly beating them over the head with the Bible, preaching the gospel unapologetically. It's going to come from having healthy conflict, some type of collaboration, some type of content that brings them into your world, but shows them that you're representing their thinking. He said, and it can be done, but watch what he says. He says it can be done, but you got to do it.
The gospel. Well, you've got to think, why would a non-believer subscribe to your channel?
Why would a non-believer listen to your Christian raps? Why would a non-believer listen to your Christian YouTube page? Why would they? Really ask yourself that question, right? Now watch what he says here.
That's a great question.
And so now it can be done, but it needs to be thoughtful. It needs to be done well. So like Living Waters,
it needs to be thoughtful. It needs to be done well. The caveat to this, it needs to be thoughtful. It needs to be done well. The caveat to this is when there is someone who has immense cultural impact, who's transcended multiple barriers, who has an infinite degree of clout, resources, influence, and celebrity. That person can do it. Who am I talking about? Kanye West. A lot of us, it's funny that Kanye West is more of a Christian. He's more unashamed than Lecrae. Kanye West, he's more of a Christian rapper than most Christian rappers. Oh, what about Big Sean? He's more of a Christian rapper than most Christian rap, right? You guys say that. You're not understanding their position in society. You're not understanding their position in culture. You're not understanding their position there. You don't understand the social proof that someone like that has, where they can stand up and be unapologetically, as preachy as Kanye wants to be. He can do that. Why? Well, one, because he's freaking Kanye West. How many classic albums has he given us? Two, he's transcended multi-genre and multi-direct. How many classic shoes has he given us? How many classic shoes? The 350, the 700, right? Okay. So he's given us multiple classic pieces that are still relevant today, that regardless on if you like his new Jesus is King album or not, you cannot deny the fact that Kanye has given us amazing contributions to culture, that he has immense wealth. He's worth $5 billion, and he has immense influence because he's on one of the biggest reality TV shows of all time called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That is the exception. That is the exception to the rule. That is not the standard. And I love the fact that Kanye is so preachy. I love the fact that God saved Kanye and gave him the voice, gave him the platform. But we should not compare him to Christian rapper that's trying to just be visible in culture, right? Lecrae is not like a celebrity like that. By celebrity, I mean like Lecrae can go on a walk without security. He could do that right now, right? Kanye can't. Justin Bieber can't. Different degrees of celebrity, different degrees of influence. So at someone at that level can do it and can do and say whatever they want. They could be as preachy, as churchy. Why? Because they've contributed so much value to society, or deemed value, whether or not he thinks whatever. He's contributed classic albums. He's contributed classic shoes. He's contributed classic influence. So you're comparing apples and oranges. By and large, if you want to evangelize with your music, with your platform, you're gonna have to take a different approach than just unapologetically preaching the gospel and using religious language, using terms that most people who are far from God aren't going to understand. It's not going to transcend that way. And so if you think it is, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think most of us don't really understand what it takes. And most of us walk around and we slap ministry on the stuff, and we think that because we slap ministry on the stuff that we then have an out. We have an out of being excellent on YouTube, or being excellent with our music, or being excellent on TikTok. There's a lot of people trying to get popping on TikTok right now, and they don't respect the format. They don't respect that it's ideally 12 to 15 second videos. I struggle with this. I don't do well with 12 to 15 second videos. You don't respect like what the culture of hip hop is. You want to do what you want to do, and that's fine. Just count the cost and know that your audience is not going to be those people who are far from God. Now, can God use it? Absolutely. Can God use it in some street ministry form? Back in the day, people used to get a lot of CDs from people that were Christian. Absolutely. He could do that. But by and large, be sober with yourself. Be realistic. And stop judging people. Stop judging the Tobys and the Lecraes. Know that what they're doing is actually harder. It's actually harder. It's actually harder for me to have my atheist friend come on my channel and try to have a conversation with him that is edifying to both the believer and the non-believer. That's one of the most difficult and creative videos I've done. Okay, so that's action step. I want you guys go watch that video I did with Rufat. I want you guys to go watch that video I did with Rufat. It's called Ex-Christian Rapper turned atheist comedian. I want you guys to all go watch that, and watch my video that came out earlier today, where I talk about the Toby versus Brian Trejo approach, the different approach, the opposing opposite approaches in CHH. I want you guys to go watch that, and I want you guys to leave a comment here. Let me know your thoughts, because I think you'll actually really appreciate it, and it'll give you more clarity and more direction on how you should build your audience, your platform, your demographic. Who are you trying to reach? You're trying to reach Christians? You're trying to reach non-Christians? Who are you trying to reach? Who are you trying to go after? So let me know what y'all think. All right, peace.